Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best free cards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 16,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Tons of daily MyTEAM content, trying to hit 16K by the end of the month, end of the year. So I'd really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, I will say 2K has not been doing, in my opinion, the best job with free cards outside of the very top free reward cards. Like the motor rewards really haven't been that great. Not a ton of grindable daily free content that's rewarding with a lot of like God Squad type cards, some good budget cards, and some okay filler guys. But like, would like to see some of these Tis the Season agenda players impress me. Really crossing my fingers that the Gauntlet player that we're going to get here in the next couple days is going to be really good as well, because Joe Johnson was a letdown, although he is on this list. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. We're going to start off with number 10. It's just this Ron Harper Jr. I honestly don't even remember which mode this card is in, but I know he's a 6'6 defensive point guard, and that is valuable. Basically a better Sean Livingston. Not incredibly fast, but he does have a high enough ball handle time burst. 73 balls low, but it's higher than a Livingston. Dunking-wise, he's not insane either, but defensively, he is a beast. Big, versatile, very elite defensive point guard, which gives him a lot of value. And the Gary Trent Jr. base this year really isn't that bad either, so he can shoot okay wide open as well. He's going to hit wide open, got the size offensively, which is about all you're going to need, and then defensively is where he's really going to make an impact. I think he's a really solid card. Wish he could shoot a little better, maybe play make a little better as well, but I do think he's a very, very good card. Doug Christie at number 9 is your pretty stereotypical 3-and-D shooting guard option. He's what, 6'6", shoots the ball pretty well, 89 speed, 84 three ball, a high enough ball handle time burst. Defensively, very, very good all around badges. Playmaking badges are okay, not great, unfortunately. Doesn't really look like he's that insane. Like he's good. He's a good amethyst. He's a solid card. He's really good defensively. He can shot create a bit for sure, and athletically he's okay. He shoots the ball all right. Really good defender. Very, very solid card, but I do think these are the lowest. Pretty distinctively the lowest, because number 8 is Joe Johnson. I think this is a pretty large jump up, to be completely honest, between Doug Christie and Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson's biggest flaw by far is just that his release is kind of slow, but defensively he's pretty good. He's fast. He's a very, very good shooter. He's an okay finisher. His playmaking wise, not too bad, especially once you badge him out. Defensively, he's not too bad either. He's not incredible, but he's not bad. Like, he's a pretty darn good all-around card. I just think his release is pretty bad. That's his biggest flaw, is that it's pretty slow. This BI base in general just is not very good, in my opinion. It's not a base that I was a fan of last year, and it's certainly not a base I'm a fan of this year either. So that definitely hurts Joe Johnson and holds him back, putting him at only number 8. Number 7 is Wilt, who can't shoot at all, but he's incredibly athletic, amazing dunker, amazing rebounder, still a top 10 center in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, in my opinion, although probably not for that much longer. The lack of shooting kills the card, though, despite him being so good in so many other areas, which pretty distinctively puts him down at the number 7 spot. Honestly, I don't even need to pull up the card, and I don't think y'all need me to pull up the card at this point. Y'all have seen Wilt be used and seen me talk about Wilt many, many times. Y'all know what he is. He's a non-shooting big, and that makes him good, but not insane. Chris Bosh at number 6, stretch big, can play the 4, can play the 5, can do both at a very high level, especially when he is fully badged. Shoots the ball pretty well, can't really burst, not going to do any sort of shot creation stuff, but he's got pretty decent speed. He shoots the ball quite well, and defensively he is pretty good, especially with some upgraded badges. So as a whole, I think he's a very, very solid card. Big fan of Chris Bosh still, especially if you have him extra badged out. He could definitely be even higher on this list than this, but I think number 6 is pretty fair. The top 6 really are pretty tough, though, because Brandon Roy at 5, that's real low for a card that I still think is one of the better shooting guards in the game, but I think he's really, really good, especially once he's badged out. Needs some playmaking and especially defensive badges to upgrade the card. When he is fully upgraded, though, I do believe Brandon Roy is still one of the best 5 or so shooting guards in the game, or at least right near that borderline. There's a lot of new good shooting guards that have dropped defensively, and B-Roy is not the strongest defender himself, even with some added badges, unless you add a bunch of really good ones. The stats aren't that great either, but I do think overall he's a very good card and very, very solid as a whole. Kevin Garnett coming in at number 3 is a 6'11 power forward who can't really shot create that well, but he does everything else at an incredibly high level. I guess doesn't shoot that well either, but shooting badges and a shoe and some stuff like that will help fix that. Playmaking badges are okay, but unfortunately no ball handle rating at all. Defensively pretty good. Very, very good stats, of course. And then athletically, he does dunk the ball quite well, but not able to stretch the floor all that well, and obviously not going to be doing much shot creation with KG. Kind of similar with Hakeem. Very, very similar actually to KG. Similar 3-ball rating, similar shooting badges. I like Hakeem's size a little more. I like him at the 4.5 a little more. I think he's just a slightly better card than KG. Honestly, I probably like his release a little bit more too. Incredibly versatile card as well at the center position. Great speed. Another guy who doesn't have the ball handle rating, but I don't think that's a huge deal breaker as a big. And I still think they're some of the best cards in the game despite that. Jimmy Butler, though, does get the nod at number... Sorry, he was supposed to be number 1, but Jimmy Butler does get the nod, I guess, actually at number 1, as, in my opinion, the best free card in the game right now. Because 6'7", 6'8" wingspan at the shooting guard position, 92 speed, and 85 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 89 6L, 88 vertical, 85 interior, 95 perimeter, 95 lateral, 95 steal, 82 block. Playmaking badges are really good. Defensive badges are also exceptional. Finishing badges are pretty darn good as well. You can upgrade anything you want, which means you can add things like Agent 3 blinders, limitless range, deadeye, etc. if you'd like, or anchor a brick wall. So 5 of those badges, actually 6 of those badges. You can add all 6 of those right there. You'll be set. Jimmy's going to be so souped. But number 2, because I have Jimmy at number 1, I do think he's SGA. I was actually tempted to put SGA at number 1. I really was, but I just think statistically, even putting him over KG and Hakeem is a little bit blasphemous, but those guys at least can't time burst. Jimmy can kind of do everything. The value, honestly, in SGA is more than the stats and the badges, which aren't great, but not terrible. It's just in the fact that he is such a versatile card in terms of his release, in terms of the ability to get every single badge, which helps him out so much defensively. All the versatility that this SGA card has at the point guard position is what makes him one of the most valuable free cards in the game, is his positional value specifically, because as a card, he doesn't look close to Jimmy, let alone some of the other guys you see on this list as well, but he's still one of the very best in the entire game among all the free cards. I will say, though, 2K, I mean, Jimmy, he's level 40. SGA, Ultimate Reward. Hakeem, Specialization. KG, Ultimate. Brandon Roy, Ultimate. Chris Bosh, Gauntlet. Wilt, level 40. And Joe Johnson, Gauntlet. Only card that I haven't mentioned from Gauntlet or level 40 so far or Ultimate Reward is Kyrie, and he came out like day 1. And he was great for his time, too, but obviously his longevity wasn't going to last forever. But as a whole, I think this is great. I like the fact that the end rewards, the ones that you're grinding for, the big rewards, are worth it and have long-term value. It's very good. But you need a little more stuff with some short-term value, at least a little bit, because Doug Christie and Ron Harper as the Lord Awards this season is just not quite cutting it. I'm going to be completely honest. I personally don't get super excited about that, but that's just me. I don't really know. Regardless, would love to see the Gauntlet be really good and some more good free cards over the next couple weeks with this 'Tis the Season event. So fingers crossed for that. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.